Welcome or welcome back to day 66 of our chess journey to 1500 ELO on chess.com. Now, do you guys know when something big is about to happen in your life and you're just laying there in bed trying to fall asleep and you can't quite manage to do so because you just end up thinking about what's going to happen, what you're going to do, etc. And well, that's what happened to me last night. I went to bed at 1 a.m. and I did not fall asleep until 5 a.m. So today's video, I'm recording it after all my errands today, as I didn't quite have time to do so before my errands because I prioritized sleeping a bit longer. You know, it's like you lay there and you think, in my case it was actually kind of funny. I was looking at which kinds of chess tournaments were going to be held this fall semester in Trondheim, and if there is a chess club for the students, well, that kind of stuff, you know, a chess nerd. Anyways, let's jump on ahead into our game. Let's find an opponent. We get Juzkek from, is this the Philippines? Oh no, it's the Czech Republic. Are the flags similar, or am I just blind here? Anyways, we get Juzkek, and honestly, I just don't know anymore. What am I learning theory for? Is this playable? Let's take. We'll meet this with this. Huh? Oh my god. Yeah, I know. This is new to me. I guess now we can't hit the queen at least. And this has to be bad in some way. We'll figure out as we go. Oh. Oh, this is a bizarre opening. What in the world am I looking at? I guess we have to defend this pawn. I don't want this because we double our pawns, so b3 maybe. Preparing to develop our bishop or something. I don't quite know. This is quite the opening. There is this diagonal. And honestly, this diagonal is looking annoying now. After this, and they can come in and double here. The issue is here. And I think a3 rather is best here, because I was going to say this looks annoying, but we can move the bishop or we can move the queen up. So let's play a3. Yeah, I got thrown off guard by this move. It does make sense though. Now we don't hit the queen with tempo. Our pawn is hit. We'll come up and defend it. If this, we might have this. Or this rather. They prevent it with this pawn push, but this might be a bit slow. Well, let's have a look here. This is not playable here. Would have been if we had this knight. This, I'm not quite happy with this. This bishop move might be one of our best options, but first I think we might play this like a juiced up London. This hits the pawn, they have to defend it. Let's have a look at this. We might see this. I think I prefer this approach, because I don't want to close this up, and if we come up here with this bishop, well, the diagonal might look okay, but then we can't keep this bishop here because of this. g3 does not help our bishop. I'm expecting queenside castle here, which would hit this pawn. Then we come up to e3, and we keep our pawn defended. This game review is going to be really fun to look at, I think, because this is a bizarre game. I want to make this work. I'm not quite seeing how yet. We might have some long-term pressure towards their king, I'm noticing. We'll play up here, prepare some eventual castle here. Play on the c-file maybe. This pressure might become quite good. At some point, this knight jump might become an asset for us. We'll have to see. We get a pawn storm. If we come back here, h3 should be played at some point, I think. But how about this move? No, this doesn't quite work. So if we come back, I'm expecting this. We should probably play this. But then if they push... Yeah, I'm out of my comfort zone here. But this should be forced, so let's play this first. h4. Yeah, this is aggression, to say the least. I think knight to to e5 rather seems good here. It would threaten this. Thing is, I don't quite want to allow this. Let's try to spend some time here though. If the queen comes up and we get hit here, we have this. And here we might even castle queenside at some point. Do we have to play here or can we move the queen? That's the main question. I was looking at this, and if they take, we get this. And if they don't take, let's say they push and trap our bishop, then we would have to take, and our king will be open, and I think our position falls apart here if we play like this. I think queen to c2 might be best. But what happens here and after this? I think we just lose the bishop then, don't we? This might be met with, no, this doesn't work. This is definitely quite a unique position. I am honestly at a loss here. Maybe this is good, but then if they push, then we can move in here, I guess. h4 looks quite promising. If f4, we can go back or we can take. Just let me have a quick look here. This is an important point in the game. If everything opens up, we get this. This doesn't quite hit us as we come back and defend ourselves. I think h4 might be the move. This seems a lot better than some of the options I looked at. Although it's difficult to evaluate, to be honest. They push here. Now, as I looked at, we can probably come in here, threaten some jumps. And this looks like a good outpost. Just want to make sure we don't have a better move. This is not better, I'm pretty sure. I think coming up here first should be best. As I mentioned, if they take, we hit the rook. And this file will become weaker once this leaves. Okay, the rook comes up. Now this is not a fork. Maybe queen to c2, looking to play this. I think the knight should stay there. Yeah, I think if queen c2, there is always this move. And we can't actually block. b4. This takes away this. The problem is this pawn is not defended in any line. Just want to make sure this is not a blunder. It might be, although I'm not quite sure here. Normally the rook is an a1 here, but this rook move has caused us some headaches. Is this too slow? I don't necessarily think so. Yeah, honestly, I think we might just come... Oh, that's a misclick. It's not the worst misclick, but now this becomes annoying again. I wanted b4. Yeah, now this kind of loses a tempo. If we come here, this is still annoying. Because we don't have this. So what happens in this case? Oh, it's really unfortunate we lost a tempo here. And the bishop does belong here. But let's have a look here. If they come over, it's a check, of course. This is probably forced. They take. We come in here, which is a check. I don't see a follow-up. We might have to play b4. That's really unfortunate, but that's how it is. Just want to make sure this knight doesn't have any plans of coming in. If we get this, our plan here of coming here prevents their jump. So let's just jump in. We lost a tempo. but that's how it is at times. Well, this might be a move. I'm not too worried about it though. Maybe I should have been. Do we not just take? No, we come back, of course. We come back. Maintaining our bishop and diagonal. This. And we win a pawn. Yeah, I think we have to go back. Move 14, and we are still a ways from castling. Well, that's the kind of game we're currently playing. Let's come up here, and now we have this. And maybe we get to castle this game. Do we have this first? This rather. They can take with check, which doesn't really thrill me. And then, yeah, they can take here actually. At some point, do we take with the pawn? Pawn takes might be best. But then the bishop gets trapped, so trading might be better instead. Is my logic here at least. Takes, takes. We could see this, trying to target the knight. Oh, I missed this. Now this is a bad position for us. But we do have to take, I think. Maybe we could... No, we can't. They take here then, so we have to take. Ah, this was well played by our opponent. Really well played. Now this is hit. This is hit. Honestly, king to f2 might be our best move. This might genuinely be our best move here. Which is bizarre to me, to be honest. I think we'll go ahead and play this. Problem is I don't quite see a response to this. Then we might have to force... No, they come in here. So this, we might have to play rook to h3. But still, I think this is first nonetheless, or... But still, this is a threat. Let's come up here. If they play this, now they double up here. But now I think we might have some time to consolidate. This is a threat. We can't look to trade rooks here yet. If this and this, then where does our queen go? I think this is first, and we have to find a square for our queen. I think so. They come in here. Maybe we come to the side here and hit the pawn perhaps. It's just a thought. creating some threat and then preparing this. Still, our opponent has more than 15 minutes. How is this even possible? Let's come up and try to force the rooks off the board. I'm hoping we are able to generate something here. The bishop comes out. And this becomes a threat even. Oh my god. I feel like we're just getting overwhelmed with threats here. This is our only way of defending. Am I just playing that inaccurately today? I'm honestly lost here. Still, we could try to trade rooks at some point here. Or we could come in here. We're down 13 minutes. Now what does our opponent want here? They hit the rook, but now I think we can trade here. This, or maybe take with the queen. Either way, let's speed up. There is no way this... oh no, we take here. Ooh. We're holding on, for now at least. They take... I think our best move here is taking with the bishop. Well, we could not have taken with the queen at least, then we would have lost the queen. Well, this doesn't quite work because we defend this, so we might be okay still. Now this rook, oh, it looks so ugly. But still, it's doing a job at least. This move, what does it accomplish? Are we able to pick up a pawn here? We still can't move the rook or the king. Our bishop is hit, so we can't take the pawn. So maybe we move the bishop. This. No, we have to go here, I think. So they don't come in and check us. Now, what does our opponent do? Now they save the pawn, okay. I think we're just getting strangled here. I'm honestly not seeing any good moves. This is immobilized. Maybe just coming back and trying to reposition ourselves. We hit the pawn and try to generate something. Yeah, I don't quite know, guys. I'm at a loss here. Maybe we'll come back. let's try to trade queens, honestly. That's going to alleviate some pressure, and maybe we'll get our rook into the game if the queen is removed. The only move that avoids a queen trade is this, I think. But that looks quite awkward. Then we might have this. Picking up the pawn, hitting the bishop, and they don't have this discovery because the queen is no longer there. Our pawn structure is still somewhat of a mess, but we have a 4-on-3 advantage here. So maybe we can throw away a g-pawn at some point to create a majority here. But first, let's see if the queen comes off the board. We get this. Still, I think this is okay. I think we have to trade. They will take here, I guess. Then we can try to come in with our rook. No, they take with the pawn. Let's come in with the rook now. We'll pin the pawn. Oh, it was a check. Okay. Guess we have to take. They don't take the rook. They set up a discovery. If we move, they take, and then they take here. There are just so many tactics here. This is likely to happen. And we'll lose a pawn. But maybe we're able to get a pawn back at some point. I'm honestly at a loss here. Can we play defensively here? Or maybe we'll look to grab their pawns. Yeah, I think we can force the f-pawn off. I think our queenside pawns might fall. This should win a pawn, I think. If they go here. Oh no, they win this pawn. Okay. Let's take with the rook. Maybe coming behind here. They will win this pawn, but we can try to escort our h-pawn and g-pawn. We have two connected pass pawns here. We have to come here to defend our pawn. And let's see what we can get done. Oh, now they can defend the pawn. God. Okay. I'm just honestly at a loss here. I guess we push. They push. Are they just first? They seem to be. Yeah, they queen first. We have to respond, so we have to come all the way around. I don't know the difference between d5, d8 or e8 there. Let's cut the pawn off. Oh, this is him. They just find every move. But now if this and this, I think I think this is okay. I think this is force either way. Rook to e1. Now we have to hit the pawn like this. Or they would have had rook to b1. Our opponent is just so quick here. Now this probably wins. Let's try for some counterplay. Apparently there is none. Yeah, this is looking dire. They have 16 minutes. How? I genuinely don't understand. How are they playing so quickly here? Okay, let's run back down. This pawn is lost. And now this, and oh, they didn't see b2 at least. Let's prevent b2. But this pawn is going to push now. But maybe we can move this rook here. Now this is a problem because we can't take, because they promote a pawn. Maybe we go here still, and then come back with the king here if they push. No, no. Yeah, that's GG. Thanks for the game. This was really well played by our opponent. Thanks for the game, Joskak. So we do lose the game today after quite the nice streak. Let's jump on ahead into the game review and have a look at our mistakes here. I'm seeing the level of play here is really upping. It's going up as we are going up in ELO, which it's really fun to see, honestly. It's incredibly fun to see. We get stronger opponents, so we are tested more on our game knowledge. We get this, and I'm curious here as to what the best approach is. This was good. Apparently our opponent blundered. E3 was good. Why is this so overwhelming? I guess we avoid some of the trouble here of getting hit with tempo, perhaps. That's, I guess, what makes sense to me. Our opponent missed something as well. They should have played e6, or yeah, e6 is best here. But that's not a very human move. Most people would be afraid of just losing this pawn. We went back. This was a bad move. Queen to c2 was best here. So why did I worry about this? I guess this is what I looked at, and I thought this might be bad. I think the reason I was worried about this move... Oh no, they can't play there. How about Ah, okay. In this position here, I was worried they might be able to defend this pawn, is what I remember. And then once we take here, our bishop is just trapped, right? At least that's what it looks like, but we can come in here and check and pick up some stuff. G takes, and yeah, we get this check. I didn't see this. I probably should have. I guess my head is just not in the game today, but that's how it is at times. We played this. Let's have a look at the other moves. This was okay as well. And rook to c1. How about this candidate move? It's a blunder even. And this. It loses to f4. What happens if we take gx, this, e5? Oh, this would have been difficult to spot though. If we take with the knight, then takes on d4. If this, then a check here and we lose material, I think. Yeah, we can't go here because we lose the rook, so stuff just falls apart here. Okay, we went in here, we got a good position. This was bad. I wanted this, which was not that good either. Oh, really? Yeah, I tried to set up this move while missing the fact we controlled this square. So instead, we wasted 1 tempo, 2 tempi, and 3 moves to play this, which was playable all the time. Yeah, that's just... Yeah, that's just bad. That's just really bad. We went back. The best move here was b5. But yeah, this was a mistake. Here, knight takes first was best. But then what about this? And queen takes. This looks better. I'll have to say this looks a lot better. This is what I would have probably played here. Coming in like this, and this pawn gets difficult to defend. Maybe this. Well, either way we didn't go for this, but this would have been a better idea. At this point I just forgot there was tension here even. So the second here we played like, oh, never mind. The second we played like this. This caught me off guard. But still this was quite okay. The best move here was c4. Why was c4 better? Maybe because... I think it might be because we just gave up some tactical ideas to our opponent. I'm not quite sure. This was good. Queen to e4 was best. I don't think I would have spotted this move myself. But what was the idea? If this was the point where this is not playable. Yeah, they hit the rook, of course. They had a threat. We moved. Now this was not super bad. We traded, and this was somewhat equal. So where did we go wrong here? We should have taken with the king. And this would have been okay. And they might have hit our pawn here. No, never mind. They might have hit this pawn. But here we are playing for a win at least, with our pawn majority. This was bad though, as now they just push. Did we ever have a chance here at this point? This was bad still. Rook to d2. And this is just no good. Oh. Oh. It's a check. It's a check, so this doesn't work. Well, from this point on, we were lost, and this was the point where we resigned. Well played to our opponent. This was a really fun game, although we were honestly outskilled by our opponent today. I'm still happy to play this game. It was a fun tactical game and an opening I did not know of at all, which is always fun. Although it does sting a bit losing a game to an opponent with 16 minutes and 49 seconds on the clock. Well, that's going to happen at times. That's how it is. Once again, thanks for the game, Just Cake. Thanks to the viewers for watching to the end of the video. This has been our game for today, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.